This is Melissa Chumbley, not Melissa, just M''Lissa.
It was going to be Meliss, M''Liss, but my middle name is Kay, and it didn't sound right, so they changed it to Melissa.
Born in San Antonio to her father, an Air Force pilot.
My dad was a World War II bomber pilot. He flew Flying Fortresses. Above all things, my father loved being a pilot.
And her mom, a naval nurse during World War II.
My mom died when I was 6, so I didn't know her very well.
Though their time together was short, she holds dear the memories they made.
Sitting in her lap watching a little bitty black and white TV, watching Randolph Scott, because she loved Randolph Scott.
Growing up in San Antonio, Chumbley knew early on what she wanted to do.
I wanted to be in agriculture. I wanted to be a vet.
And things were looking great during her time at Marshall High School, until her life started to drift. For a while, things did not look good.
I was running with just the wrong crowd. I mean, I really was. I was headed to some, not positive results.
Until a very special ag teacher offered some life-changing advice.
You need to make a decision. Either you're going to be an active part of agriculture here at Marshall, or you're not. And I needed somebody to say that.
It was all she needed. From that point on, her life would never be the same.
I was one of the first female FFA presidents in the state of Texas.
Chumbley and her FFA schoolmates even helped build the Walter Gerlach Livestock Show barns.
We went out there on weekends and, painted and welded and really worked with parents to get the barns done.
She's seen firsthand the impact agriculture can have on a student's life.
It teaches kids to be responsible. It teaches them financial knowledge. They have an animal's life in their hands.
Life went on. After high school, she followed her heart to Texas A&M University, a school with a very special family history.
My father, my 3 uncles, all went to Texas A&M.
Even her children took up her alma mater.
All 4 of my sons are Texas Aggie.
Everyone, it seems, except for her husband, something she still hasn't forgiven him for.
No, not at all.
The school had a profound impact on her life and her pursuits in agriculture. After college, she moved back to San Antonio, where eventually the need to help her community got the best of her.
I had been PTA council president. I'd served on district committees. And so I thought, well, the next step is to run for the board.
She recalls the many challenges they faced during her early years on the board.
There was so much that had to be done in the district, because that was really during the time when we started to have a lot of fast growth.
We've faced some very challenging issues on the board.
Longtime friend and fellow board member Karen Freeman says they didn't always agree, but she always knew where Chumbley stood.
But I always knew that her decisions, and any time she debated an issue, it was always about what was in the best interest of kids.
But being on the board didn't keep Chumbley from getting out and helping her community in other ways.
She was involved in PTAs, PTA councils, FFA, community organizations and events. So anytime there were kids there, you would find Melissa.
And you don't have to go far to find someone affected by her efforts.
Miss Chumbley doesn't know how to do anything halfway. She goes full force, and she just really listened.
Chumbley has been mentoring the kids at Ross Middle School for years now. But Irene Zinsmeister at Ross says Chumbley has always had a way of taking things to the next level.
Our AVID teacher was struggling trying to get a Texas A&M field trip for our kids. Miss Chumbley took off, called us 3 days later, and had an 8-hour planned trip from morning till 8 o'clock at night.
Zinsmeister says Chumbley will do whatever it takes to help the kids succeed.
Every part of our campus, Miss Chumbley somehow has touched one way or another. For example, we have an Easter egg hunt every year, and guess who's hiding the Easter eggs? Miss Chumbley. Guess who's stuffing the Easter eggs? Miss Chumbley.
She champions values that we would like to instill in children. Honesty, integrity, commitment, kindness, and all with her fiery conviction.
We've been so fortunate to have really great elected trustees, and of course Melissa's one of the longest serving and one of the finest that I ever had the opportunity to work with.
Former NISD Superintendent Dr. Brian Woods says you can name a school after Chumbley based on her community service works alone.
From helping Title I middle schools develop programming to thousands of hours of service to the Gerlach Stock Show and raising millions of dollars for students to go to school.
Both Dr. Woods and Chumbley were known for their strong opinions, and during their time on the board together, those opinions didn't always align.
Even when we did not agree, we always had the best interest of kids at heart, both of us.
Chumbley has dedicated her life to service and making a positive impact on the lives of young people wherever she meets them.
She was always a super sweet person to me.
Claire Hibner is a 2023 graduate from O'Connor High School and is now a sophomore at Texas A&M. She says Chumbley always took the time to get to know her.
She always wanted to know about me and how I was doing, how I liked the FFA program, how I liked showing animals, how I was doing in school.
She says Chumbley inspired her to go out and work hard for her dreams and to never forget where she came from.
Mrs. Chumbley offered me several opportunities in high school and now in college to help give back to Northside ISD, to give back to students everywhere. She's just been a huge part of my life.
For a woman who's inspired so many with service and dedication to her community, many say this is only fitting. Welcome to Chumbley Elementary.
Hi, I'm Melissa Chumbley. I'm the school namesake. Very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you.
It's a school for a new generation of learners, including ample space for STEM education and creative spaces for the arts.
We have an outdoor studio for the art room. So there's a little back door. It leads out to a covered area that the students can go in and use that natural light to help create some of their art pieces and art projects. And it connects to an amphitheater that's back there behind our library as well. So it's kind of a unique outdoor learning environment that we'll take advantage of more when the San Antonio weather cooperates and gets a little cooler.
And security was a top priority.
The lockdown doors are big metal doors that close in case of a lockdown, so we're the first campus to have those.
The school was built with the surrounding community in mind. The diverse, ever-changing population of students, they're ready to lead into the future. And Day says it's an honor to serve as the school's first principal.
I'm humbled to be chosen as the leader of this campus to establish Chumbley Elementary as a destination campus on this side of town, and just excited to be here.
Good morning.
And you can bet Chumbley will be more than just a name on the building.
Jeremy, who is absolutely wonderful as the Chumbley principal, had said, well, we want you there, whenever you feel like being there. And my husband happened to hear it and said, oh, Jeremy, you don't know what you've done. Have a wonderful day today.
So for the foreseeable future, you can expect to see Chumbley around, doing what she does best, helping these kids to become true Chumbley champions.
I want to be involved in our campus. I really want to help our teachers and make them know how very important they are and how valued they are. And I want to help our kids. Kids still need another role model to tell them, hey, you're doing a great job.
Melissa pours her heart and soul in service for Northside ISD, especially for the kids. She's an inspiration to us all, and her legacy will live on with this school and with everybody that walks through the front door.
I would first say thank you. She has done so many amazing things for me. She's just been a huge part of my life to inspire me. That's someone that I kind of aspire to be, is someone that has done so many great things for their community, and it's also given back to the students, especially in the agriculture program.
I think we ought to praise people like that who come to community service purely for the sake of it, right? Purely for the sake of leaving the community better than they found it. And that's certainly true of Melissa Chumbley.